I've been gone for some time. I took a little bit of a hiatus, but
I'm back!
and now that I'm here again, there are so many videos that I want to make. And just as I was about to start work on today's video, this abomination crossed my screen.
You serious?
Now, I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and I'll try to answer some of them right away. No, this isn't a joke. Yes, this is Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, formerly known as Ms. Marvel. Yes, this is an official comic book. And yes, they want you to pay money for it. Now, taking into consideration the rapid decline of the comic book industry, and the fact that the big two, DC and Marvel, are practically staring into the abyss of obliteration, this is what they come up with. Captain Marvel is perhaps one of the best characters to illustrate the fall of the comic book industry. She's been around since forever, and she's one of my favorite characters, and I take particularly to heart what's been done to her. And I say done to her because she is, after all, a comic book character. None of this is the character's choice. She is as good as her writers. I'd like to take a moment to showcase who she was. She was always a C-list character, and most people probably didn't even know her. In fact, her claim to fame was her being put in a coma after her powers were siphoned by Rogue. That's how Rogue got her super strength and flight. But she's so much more than that. She's existed for decades in comic books, and she was essentially always a good character. You might say she was a strong, capable woman. You know, the thing that feminist and social justice warriors claim they want women to be in comics. But for some reason, when writer Kelly Sue DeConnick took over her character, she transformed her from this into this, stripping her of every piece of charm along the way. The process of her change has been a painful one. And for some reason along the way with her characteristics, she was stripped of her beauty, making her more and more androgynous, and dare I say it? Yeah, I do. Ugly. Now, for anyone who's ever looked up Kelly Sue DeConnick's body of work, her claim to fame is latching on to this character that she did not create like a parasite and destroying her. And for every other piece of work that she's done, regarding comic books at least, it's a failure. Her comic books just don't sell. Because she uses these characters in this platform as a personal sled for her hot takes. Projecting, I guess, herself in a way onto these characters that, again, she did not create. And she is not the only one. So her achievement in comic books has been effectively stripping a fantastic character out of everything that made her great. And turning her into whatever this is supposed to be. So before we take a gander at this beauty again, let's have a look at the page that led up to it. So apparently Maya is having some unpleasant and unwanted intrusions by men on her phone. And in steps in this work of art to tell her that she can keep the phone and lose the men. Just so you know. Again, this is art printed in an official Marvel comic book. I mean, look at her face! I don't know at this point if these people just lack any skills to draw with quality, or if they're trying to make these female characters look ugly on purpose. Whatever the case, it doesn't change the fact that this is a horrible piece of artwork. In fact, I hesitate calling it artwork in any form or shape because, quite frankly, it is not. It's a low-quality, low-skill drawing that was somehow printed into what should have been a high-quality book. But judging by the writing and by the looks of it, it's anything but. So, in short, social justice warriors and feminists in comics took what was essentially a strong, beautiful, independent, powerful, very powerful woman and brought her to her knees and turned her into an androgynous, ugly, insufferable mess of a character. And don't forget, If you find this questionable or disagree in it in any way, well, you're everything wrong with the world. So before I go, I'm going to leave you with an image made by Dave Finch of Catwoman, just to show you what superheroes used to look like. Pretty sure you can keep the phone and lose the men. Well, you've lost my money, that's for sure. I'll see you around.
Please disperse! Nothing to see here, please!